Welcome to Historical Crypto News, where we uncover the stories behind the coins that shape our world. Today, we read diving deep into the history of one of the most influential tokens in the crypto space, BNB. From a simple exchange token to the backbone of a massive ecosystem, its journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Let's rewind the clock to 2017. The crypto world was buzzing. ICOs, or initial coin offerings, were the talk of the town. A charismatic leader named Changpeng Zhao, better known as CZ, was about to launch a new cryptocurrency exchange called Binance. But to fund this ambitious project, he needed capital. And that's where BNB, which originally stood for Binance Coin, enters the picture. In July 2017, the BNB ICO was launched. The token was built on the Ethereum blockchain as an ERC20 token. A total of 200 million BNB were created. 100 million were offered to the public, 80 million were kept for the Binance team, and 20 million were set aside for angel investors. The ICO was a massive success, raising $15 million in just a few days. The price? About 15 cents per token. Imagine that. When the Binance exchange went live just 11 days after the ICO ended, BNB had its first core utility, trading fee discounts. Users who held BNB and used it to pay for their transaction fees on Binance received a significant discount. In the first year, it was a whopping 50% discount. This simple yet brilliant idea created immediate, tangible demand for the token. People weren't just speculating, they were using it. This utility was the rocket fuel for BNB's early growth. While other ICO tokens struggled to find a purpose, BNB had a clear and compelling use case from day one. But CZ and the Binance team had bigger plans. They didn't just want an exchange, they wanted to build a whole ecosystem. A key part of this strategy was the concept of token burns. To reduce the total supply and theoretically increase the value of the remaining tokens, Binance committed to using 20% of its quarterly profits to buy back BNB from the market and permanently destroy them. This process was designed to continue until half of the total supply, 100 million BNB, was burned. These quarterly burns became major events in the crypto calendar, often creating significant price movements and keeping the community engaged and excited about the token's future. It was a powerful deflationary mechanism built right into its DNA. The next major evolution came in April 2019. Binance launched its very own blockchain, the Binance Chain. This was a game changer. BNB was no longer just a token living on Ethereum's network. It migrated from being an ERC20 token to become the native coin of the new Binance Chain with a one-to-one swap. This new chain was optimized for one thing: speed. It was designed for fast trading and became the home of the Binance DEX, the company's decentralized exchange. BNB was now the fuel for this new high-speed blockchain used for paying transaction fees, just like gas on Ethereum. This move marked BNB's transition from a utility token to a full-fledged native coin of its own blockchain. But the evolution didn't stop there. The crypto space was rapidly moving towards smart contracts and decentralized applications, or dApps. While the original Binance chain was fast, it wasn't designed for the complex logic required for these applications. This was a limitation that the Ethereum network excelled at. So in September 2020, the team launched a second parallel blockchain, the Binance Smart Chain, or BSC. BSC was a masterstroke. It was fully compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine, meaning developers could easily port their existing Ethereum dApps over to the Binance ecosystem. It offered smart contract functionality, but with two huge advantages over Ethereum at the time: much faster transaction speeds and incredibly low fees. And what powered this new chain? BNB, of course. It was used to pay for gas fees on BSC and for staking by validators who secured the network. The launch of BSC was explosive. Developers and users flocked to the new chain, tired of Ethereum's high gas fees. A wave of new projects, from decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap to lending protocols and NFT marketplaces, were built on BSC. This created a massive new wave of utility and demand for BNB. It was no longer just for paying fees on the centralized exchange. It was the lifeblood of a rapidly growing DeFi ecosystem. The term Binance Smart Chain became synonymous with accessible, low-cost DeFi. With two parallel chains running, things were a bit confusing. You had Binance Chain for fast trading and Binance Smart Chain for dApps. To simplify this, in February 2022, a major rebranding took place. The two chains were merged conceptually into what is now known as the BNB chain, and the token itself was officially renamed. BNB no longer stood for Binance Coin, it now stands for Build and Build. This rebranding was more than just a name change. It was a declaration of independence. It signaled that BNB was evolving beyond Binance, aiming to become a decentralized, community-driven ecosystem that anyone could build on. The focus shifted from the central exchange to the broader community of developers and users. The BNB chain ecosystem continued to expand at a breathtaking pace. It wasn't just about DeFi anymore. The ecosystem grew to include game fee with play-to-earn games, social fee, connecting users through decentralized social media, and a booming NFT market. Each new application and every new user on the BNB chain added another layer of utility and demand for the BNB token. It's used for governance in some projects, for payments in games, and for minting NFTs. The tokenomics also continue to evolve. Alongside the quarterly burns based on Binance's profits, a new real-time burning mechanism was introduced on the BNB chain itself. A portion of the gas fees paid for transactions is automatically burned, creating a constant deflationary pressure on the token supply, directly linked to the activity on the network. The more people use the BNB chain, the more BNB is burned. This created a direct feedback loop, tying the token's value even more closely to the health and growth of its ecosystem. From a simple ICO token in 2017 to the native coin of a sprawling, multifaceted blockchain ecosystem, the story of BNB is one of relentless innovation and strategic evolution. It started with a single killer use case, fee discounts. Then it built its own high-speed blockchain. Then it added smart contract capabilities, igniting a DeFi explosion. And finally, it rebranded to embrace a decentralized, community-driven future under the Build and Build philosophy. Today, BNB is one of the top cryptocurrencies in the world by market capitalization. Its journey shows the power of utility. A token that people can actually use for something valuable has a much stronger foundation than one based purely on speculation. It's a story of adapting to the market, seeing where the industry is going, and building the infrastructure to meet that future demand. It's a testament to the vision of its creators and the vibrant community that continues to build and innovate on its foundation. The story of BNB is far from over, and as the world of Web3 continues to evolve, you can be sure that the Build and Build ecosystem will be right there at the forefront. Thanks for joining us on Historical Crypto News. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in another story.